Views generally around technology and my love for technology, uh, they've evolved significantly over the last 2 decades. And just to set some context, I started coding, tinkering when I was in my early teens, perhaps when I was about 13 years old. I've been doing it for a long time as a hobby. So it's been my mental foundation, tinkering, writing software, building things, breaking things. So I identify strongly as a tinkerer, as a technologist. So for the longest time, I had a tech-first worldview. I could immediately see software solutions to many problems or any problems that I saw around me. Software solutions or technology solutions for social problems. But over the last decade, maybe especially over the last 5, 6+ years, when we started doing a lot of work in the social sector, in the development sector, started working with n number of organizations. I think my idealism, my techno-solutionist hobbyist view changed significantly. And at this point in life, at this juncture, I've accepted, I've understood through experience, through interactions, through my own lens as a technologist that most social problems do not have technology solutions. I think especially over the last decade, since the explosion of internet scale technologies, as we call them, where everything is an app. There's an app for absolutely everything. There's a tech solution for absolutely every inconvenience that we face in our daily lives. I think there's a lot of optimism, but generally a lot of misguided optimism and hope that technology will solve social problems. Because we've been trying to solve social problems for thousands of years. And suddenly there's this silver bullet, internet plus technology plus software plus hardware and whatnot, which has absolutely exploded all over the place, taken over, brought immense amounts of convenience. So I think I'm starting to, or I've already started to look at technology and the social/development sector, societal problems with a very, very nuanced lens. And that understanding is still evolving. But the crux of my understanding is that most social problems don't have tech solutions. And in the social sector, because there's an absolute dire lack of tech capacity, on the one hand, you have the industry which has just paced ahead. It's light years ahead in terms of technical capabilities, technical problem solving. Even the state is heavily tech capacitated now. But the social sector has really been left behind. Every non-profit that you speak to, the first question that I get asked is, where do I find an engineer? How do I find an engineer? And that's a question everybody can relate to. But there's a big element of FOMO there, and I think the very nuanced view of technology is what the social development sector requires, because any sort of rushed, optimistic adoption in the hopes that a certain technology will solve a certain problem may turn out to be very problematic, because the sector works with the most vulnerable, the most fragile. So my views are still evolving, but that's where it is at. It's starting to become more and more nuanced.